Alright guys, here's some squat training from Thursday. It's my first good training session in a while. Had pretty good energy. I have had pretty good energy most days compared to where it was since I've raised carbs. One thing I will say is that I've been hungry as shit, but I expected that with fat being so low, so I'll manage. Only about 3 weeks to go until peak week, so I'll be fine. And for the squats here, it was 4 sets of 4 with 335, just a little over double body weight. And on the last set, it was a plus set, so I was just going for as many as possible, not necessarily to failure, because I don't really want to fail right now. I don't want to risk injury any more than I need to. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. And I'll just go ahead over my macros again. It's 165 to 185 protein, 225 to 245 carbs, 35 fat on normal days. And I didn't mention last time, but my refeeds are once a week right now on Wednesdays. And it's 185 protein, 375 carbs, 40 fat. So the refeed was Wednesday before this squat session, so that probably had a little bit to do with how well this training session went. This is the 4+ set here. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen some of this. You've just seen the last 2 reps, but I mentioned how many I hit. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I always link that in the description box. And from this training session, I only filmed the squats, but after squats, I also did some dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts, some dumbbell rows, some calf press on the leg press, and then some dumbbell curls. After that, I did 4 intervals on the elliptical, followed by 10 minutes at a moderate pace. I'll show you some food next. Alright guys, this is a stir fry I made. That's broccoli that I actually steamed before I put it in the pan. And then it is just coleslaw mix, so it's just cabbage and carrots that I sauteed with lots of seasoning, and then I added some cream of mushroom condensed soup just for a little bit of flavor. That's pretty tasty. Then this is just some deli ham, and I'll probably just kind of scoop the filling here into the ham and roll it up that way and eat it that way, because I like to eat like a caveman. But yeah, this should be a pretty good meal. Alright, this is just some faux tamagoyaki, which is really just a rolled omelet that you cut into little slices. And you're supposed to use a square pan for it, but I don't have one, so mine are a little round. And probably not as pretty as some would be, but I was pretty happy with the way these looked. I'm going to make a little dip kind of thing with cream cheese and mustard, just because I want to. But looking forward to eating this. Looks pretty good. By the way, I just used egg whites because my fat macros are tiny, and I seasoned it with chili powder, salt, and a little bit of Splenda. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright guys, here's my second breakfast from today. Got this from the gas station. Pretty decent macros. 13 protein, 27 carbs, 9 fat. And I also had this power bar. 20 protein, 27 carbs, 5 fat. And then my giant coffee with sugar-free chocolate mint flavor shots. Nice little meal. I had this around 8:30, but since my first meal was around 4:30, it had been a little bit since I'd eaten. And I hit a pretty big new low this morning. It was the new low by 1.4 pounds. Part of it has been the change in macros and cardio, but I've also done a better job of drinking enough water. I always do when I'm at work because we have water provided, but I've just realized that at home sometimes I wasn't getting enough water. But yeah, everything's going well. And this is my first set of bench today. I only filmed 1 set. Supposed to be 220 for 4, followed by 4 sets of 4 at an 8.5 RPE, but ended up just getting 3 and dropped back down after that. I think I actually did 210 for 2 sets of 4 after that first set of 3 with 220, then a set of 4 with 200, and a set of 5 with 200. And this is some posing I got in the work bathroom. Managed to find a place where I could get almost my full body in the shot, and the lighting is pretty good here. Couldn't quite get the back poses and poses where my arms are overhead because they kind of go out of the shot, but I think you get a pretty good idea of where I am conditioning wise here. I'm getting close. My glutes and my hams are still kind of fat, not where they need to be yet, but I'm on the right track, and I need to make this show count because I'll only be doing the one show. But I've mentioned this before, I am going to get photos taken in my gym where I work the weekend before the show, right when I start peak week, and I should be pretty much in stage condition because that's when peak week starts. I won't be really making any new progress that week, nothing huge at least, so I'm happy that I'm getting those pictures made, and I'm sorry that I'm out of the shot here. Did my best. And I did have a pump here because this was after all of my upper body training. Pump definitely makes a huge difference. I actually prefer to not have a pump in my legs. For one, they're dominant. Two, it's just really hard to flex my legs when they've got a pump. And I'm shifting around here trying to get everything in the shot. Didn't quite work. But if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't if you didn't. I'll talk to you next time.